Welcome, adventurers. Hello, and I'm so happy to have you here with me on this Tuesday at noon Pacific time on Adventurous Spirits, the podcast, the musical, the way of life. This is a weekly musical podcast to help us all reclaim some excitement and magic in everyday life, because I truly believe it is there for us if we can just walk into it with that intention of seeing, finding, celebrating the magic, the beauty, the adventure. Do you agree? Well, this is episode number 9, and today we are talking about road trips. I have a question there in the chat if you happen to be following along live. Would you weigh in with some of your thoughts about road trips? What was a recent trip you took, or just one favorite one in your memory? I have many. I love road trips. A couple of my favorite ones were spontaneous. I think all of my favorite ones were solo. I drove by myself many places in my life so far, and I intend to do many more. And there's something about creating that space and that meditative opportunity to just be. I feel like a road trip really is about the destination, not the destination, but the journey is the destination. You know, that thing that we say about life in general. It's a great metaphor, honestly. So I think a lot of what goes into enjoying the adventure of a road trip is the attitude that plans will change constantly, and we're just always adapting and responding to what is being handed to us in each moment. So let's kick it off with a song. Here's a song that I wrote while driving, and it is called Adventures with My GPS. Sing it if you know it. Driving along on a hot afternoon, and my phone says exit here. I don't know why it would tell me to go that way. Hey, a 10-minute slowdown, it says up ahead. Well, you don't say. We got time, we got time, we got time, we got time, why not? Let's try your way, going on an adventure, adventures with my GPS. Going on an adventure, who knows where I'll end up next? Going on an adventure, all I can do is my best. When you're on an adventure, you gotta be adventurous, you know? Well, I look left and the freeway is crawling to see how traffic is stuck. I feel like a true blue winner, and I like $1,000,000. All I did was listen to the directions that were said, and surprise, 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 I came out ahead, going on adventures, adventure with my GPS. Going on an adventure, who knows where we'll end up next? Going on an adventure, all I can do is my best. When you're on an adventure, you gotta be spontaneous, 'cause life is richer when you don't have all the answers. Life is, oh gosh, let me do that again. Life is richer when you don't have all the answers. Life is bigger when you gotta find your way. We get stuck in our tried and true and forget how to learn and play. So let's go on an adventure, with or without GPS. Life is full of adventures, and man, are we adventurous. Just say yes, just say yes, just say yes, be adventurous. Just say yes, just say yes, just say yes, be spontaneous. How do you feel about that? Have any GPS adventures you've been taken for a ride on lately? I would say the sky is the limit, but that denotes air travel, which kind of removes us from the road trip experience. What I love about road tripping is the opportunity to slow down in a sense, which is kind of funny because if you're driving, you're definitely going pretty fast for the most part. But you get to cover a wide range of territory, and most likely places you haven't seen before or seen recently. And when I think about a road trip, it's all about the path I'm on, the road that I'm on, the places that it's taking me through, the sights to see from the road, but also the places to stop and get out and look around. When I was, in my 20s, I think, I somehow came across this book at the library called Road Trip USA. Has anybody heard of it? It outlines basically, I think, maybe between 5 and 8 main routes in the USA where you could just get on a path and go with it. And it outlines some of the things that you'll see and kind of highlights the places to go. But the route that caught my imagination immediately was an East Coast route to just kind of go down the coast. It's supposed to keep you within sight or sound of the ocean for most of the way. And I really liked the idea of that, driving next to the ocean. I had all sorts of imaginations of what that would be like. So finally, in 2011, I took that trip. I tried really hard to get a friend or two to go with me, and it just kept not working out, and so I just went on my own. And in the book, it outlines the trip as being from Atlantic City in New Jersey down to Key West. That was just a longer trip than I was willing to take. And so I started from Chesapeake Bay, which is just a little bit north of where I lived at the time in Washington, D.C. I decided to rent a car one way. So I drove all the way down to Key West, and then I flew back from Miami. And it was a life-changing trip. Honestly, it took me about 6 days to get down there. And I charted it so that I could go the particular route that I wanted to go and that I wasn't just following the GPS, adventures included. I wanted to specifically follow the coast. And I ran into, it was awesome. It was awesome, and there were some unexpected moments that I had to really just, mostly the main thing was I was running late almost every day. So I would just start the day exhausted because I got in late and didn't sleep very well because I was in a hotel, and then would try to get out the door early and was always leaving later than I wanted to. And on the East Coast, you see the sunrise over the water, and I think I missed the sunrise every day. So a big part of my road trip experience has been adjusting my expectations and learning to enjoy the adventure as I went. And I see Steve has written in the chat here, my GPS seems to have forgotten that a particular section of North Hollywood exists and continues trying to send me to the wrong place. Fortunately, both times it's done this, I caught it in time. Well, that's good. You're paying attention to your GPS, and I think that is part of the journey, right? When to be like, I think I know better than this GPS. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. And that is also part of the adventure. So I'm going to play you a couple of songs that I wrote on that East Coast road trip, actually. A lot of time by myself. I listened to the entirety of Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which is a very long book. So that gives you an idea of just how many hours I spent driving this route. I want to say route and road at the same time. This route. It was many roads for sure, mostly